Well, I guess I'm probably the Otto New Users group, or the representative of the Otto New Users group. First few experiences with the machine were slightly frustrating, but I guess what I'd like to share today is just to say you're going to get used to it. Same way when I cast my mind back 15 years to having my first atomic machine, I found that very frustrating, couldn't get a good coffee out of it the first few times, and then gradually I learnt the idiosyncrasies and the quirks that were particular to that machine, and it's no different with Otto. I guess if I'm to run through the few things that I found slightly confounding, I thought it might be helpful for other people. So the first thing that kind of got me, feeling a bit clumsy was opening and getting into the reservoir. That very cleverly, the designers of this machine have incorporated some teeth and a key into the group basket, and that is for doing this, opening the reservoir so you can fill it with water. I think I was worried about it dropping off as well, dropping off the key, but it doesn't. It's very well designed. I was concerned about water being in here after I've made a coffee. What was I supposed to do with this water that's still left in the machine? But having spoken to the designers and the people behind the machine, there's no problem and there's no need to empty it out. Getting used to the placement of the little teeth here on the group handle, and when it's full of coffee and you've tamped it down and it's all ready to go, after you've done it a few times, you get the feeling for where it needs to go. So look, I guess the other thing is the machine's cold at this point, so it doesn't matter, but again, it's just a feel thing. It is like learning to drive a new car. There's so many variables. There's how fine your coffee's ground, how fresh your coffee is, where'd you get it from? I've been forced a few times to run to the supermarket and, pick up some already ground coffee. It's still, it works fine. It's just a matter of changing over the basket and off you go. Don't stand there waiting for the jug to fill up with coffee. It's not what you're after. What you're after is beautiful, concentrated, dark coffee that has this crema on the surface. And you'll hear baristas talking about crema. It's a desirable quality in coffee. It's a creamy finish on the top of the coffee. Now, when you pull the jug out, the right time to do it is when you reckon there's about enough coffee in here to come up to a bit less than a centimetre into each of these two glasses. That's how I judge it. The machine does get really hot. The same way a saucepan gets really hot when you're cooking in it. I mean, it's a moulded saucepan to make coffee, so it's no different from any other thing that's sitting on your stove. But I always think it's good to let the pressure that's built up in the machine, just let it out. So I just turn on the steam nozzle when I walk away to have my coffee. It's another one of those things. You've got to experiment. You've got to find your own way of making coffee in this machine, but it just takes a bit of patience and a bit of getting to know the machine, and then it's all smooth sailing from there.